Welcome to Dr. Dan's channel. Today we will examine how AI is reshaping work, a topic that until recently felt theoretical. It was a discussion for academics in ivory towers, for futurists making bold predictions on a stage. We heard the warnings, we saw the science fiction movies. But for most people it remained distant, abstract. Well, that conversation is no longer abstract. The future is no longer in the distance. The theoretical has become brutally practical. The evidence is written not in academic papers, but in pink slips. The moment of reckoning has arrived, faster and with more force than many expected. Just look at the data coming out of the United States. In the 12 months to the end of 2025, over 1.1 million American workers lost their jobs. Think about that number. That's more than the entire population of San Francisco. That's more than the entire population of Austin. This isn't a minor fluctuation. It's a seismic event. The tremors were felt most acutely in October 2025. Companies announced a staggering 153,074 layoffs, the highest number for an October in over 2 decades. We haven't seen an October like that since 2003. Back then, the economy was reeling from the dot-com bust. Today, the reasons are far more complex. What makes this wave so different is what companies are saying out loud. In the past, job cuts were blamed on a weak economy, slowing consumer demand, global competition. Those factors still matter. But a new justification has entered the corporate lexicon, and it's being said more confidently. That justification is artificial intelligence. Major corporations aren't just quietly automating. They're openly citing AI as a direct driver for eliminating human roles. The storm we were told was gathering is now making landfall. Behind every single one of those 1.1 million job cuts is a human story. It's a mortgage payment that's now in jeopardy, a college fund that's suddenly uncertain, a career path that has been abruptly derailed. These are not just data points on a spreadsheet. They represent families and communities facing immense stress and uncertainty. The real impact is felt at the kitchen table. And think about the companies leading these cuts. We're not talking about small, struggling businesses. We're talking about the titans of the global economy. Salesforce is making significant reductions and has openly stated plans to replace thousands of human roles with AI agents. These are companies that, for years, were seen as engines of job creation. Now they are becoming pioneers in job substitution. The narrative from these corporations is a complex mix. On one hand, they point to a post-pandemic correction. They argue they're simply right-sizing after a massive hiring spree. There is certainly truth to that. However, this correction is being amplified and accelerated by the increasing sophistication and falling cost of AI systems. The efficiency gains promised by AI are a tangible reality. For a CEO facing pressure from shareholders, the choice between a human employee with a salary and benefits and an AI system that works 24/7 without complaint is becoming increasingly clear-cut. This cold, economic logic is now colliding with the livelihoods of millions. The human cost is becoming undeniable. This brings us to the central question. Are we witnessing a temporary economic correction or a permanent AI-driven job takeover? A cyclical downturn or a structural transformation? The answer will define the economic landscape for generations. It will determine policy, shape careers, and redraw the lines between winners and losers. The argument that this is just another technological shift, like the tractor or the assembly line, is starting to look weak. Previous disruptions automated manual labor. But what happens when the technology is designed to replace cognitive labor itself? Generative AI is not just automating repetitive physical tasks. It's targeting white-collar, knowledge-based roles. Report writing, customer service, junior-level coding, data analysis. This is why this moment feels different. This is why the anxiety is so palpable. The very skills that the modern economy has prized, the ability to process information, write reports, communicate with clients, are now the skills AI is learning to perform at a scale and cost humans cannot compete with. And if you're looking for the smoking gun, here it is. Within that massive 1.1 million figure, a a smaller but perhaps more significant number. 31,000 job cuts in 2025 were explicitly and publicly attributed to artificial intelligence. This is the number that companies are willing to admit to. This is the tip of the iceberg, the part that is visible above the water. For years, companies would cite vague reasons like restructuring. What the 31,000 figure shows is that this taboo is now broken. Citing AI is becoming a standard part of the playbook. Due to the successful implementation of our AI strategy, the real question, of course, is how much larger the true number is. How many other cuts filed under cost-cutting or economic conditions were actually enabled by AI? The unofficial impact is likely an order of magnitude higher. To truly understand what's happening, we need to distinguish between two ways AI is impacting the workplace. The first is substitution AI, where a machine directly replaces a human. This is the zero-sum game. The machine wins, the worker loses. It's the primary driver of the layoffs we're seeing now. On the other side is augmentation AI. This is the optimistic vision, where AI acts as a co-pilot, enhancing human skills. The problem is, the benefits are not being distributed equally. The pain of substitution is felt by workers in routine, structured roles. Meanwhile, the gains from augmentation flow to higher-skilled, more senior workers. And it's not just us saying this. Some of the most respected financial institutions are ringing the alarm. Investment giant Goldman Sachs released a report, and its conclusions are staggering. The report estimates that generative AI could disrupt the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs globally. That is a workforce larger than the entire population of the United States. For the US specifically, they project that in the medium term, 6 to 7% of jobs could be displaced entirely. That's over 11 million people. But here's the other side of the coin. The same report says AI could lift productivity by 15% over time, creating trillions in new economic value. The critical question is, who captures that value? Will it be shared broadly, or will it be concentrated at the very top, flowing to the owners of the technology? The impact isn't just in who's being fired, it's in who's not being hired. Corporate hiring plans are at their lowest since 2011, reflecting a crisis of confidence. Why hire a team of junior analysts today, when you know in 18 months an AI platform might do 80% of their work? This threatens to pull up the drawbridge for an entire generation, making it much harder to gain a foothold in the professional economy. So, which jobs are most at risk? The data points to any role that is routine, repetitive, and structured. Think customer support, transcription, scheduling, basic data processing. A crystal clear example: edtech firm Chegg. When ChatGPT emerged, their core business of homework help was threatened. Their response? They cut 45% of their workforce, citing AI realities. The list of at-risk functions is growing. Basic customer service, content moderation, administrative assistance, even technical documentation. These are the low-hanging fruit for automation, but there are safer havens. These are human-facing or judgment-driven roles. Education, healthcare, mental health, strategic management. And then there are the new AI complementary roles: data scientists, AI trainers, tech support with AI oversight, prompt engineers. These jobs exist because of AI. The challenge is immense. McKinsey estimates up to 12 million occupational shifts may be required by 2030 in the US alone. This isn't just learning a new skill. It's a fundamental career change for millions. And this disruption won't be felt evenly. Just as globalization created the Rust Belt, AI threatens to create a service belt, regions heavily reliant on the very jobs now at risk. Meanwhile, the benefits, the new, high-paying AI jobs, are concentrating in the superstar cities that are already thriving, further widening the economic and geographic divide. So, what should be done? This unfolding future demands a proactive, not reactive response. It starts with policy. In a rare moment of bipartisanship, Senators Mark Warner and Josh Hawley introduced a bill to mandate transparency, requiring companies to report job losses and creation linked to AI. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. For businesses, the call is to look beyond the next quarter. The most sustainable companies will invest in their people, prioritizing augmentation over substitution. This means investing in upskilling existing workers to work with AI, not just be replaced by it. And finally, for individual workers, waiting is a losing strategy. The new reality demands a mindset of continuous lifelong learning. Proactive adaptation is the only job security that exists. Focus on the durable skills AI cannot replicate: critical thinking, creativity, collaborative problem solving, and emotional intelligence. Learn to use these tools as an assistant, a brainstorming partner. Be the person who leverages the technology. You move from being a victim of automation to an indispensable AI-augmented asset. AI is not just coming for jobs, it's already here. The evidence is in the headlines, the corporate filings, and the labor market trends. But it's not all gloom. If managed wisely, AI can enhance productivity and generate new kinds of work. The key challenge is ensuring the transition is fair, inclusive, and forward-looking. The future of work is not yet written. We have the data, we see the trends, and the moment to act is now. Let's make sure we build a future that works for everyone. If you found this deep dive valuable, please subscribe, comment, and share. Let me know your thoughts on the AI job shock in the comments below.